What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of the Daily Dose. Today is Wednesday, August 31st, and today we saw a fourth consecutive day of selling in the markets. The S&P was down 0.8%, the Dow was down 0.9%, the Nasdaq was down 0.6%. And it's really been all selling since the Fed spoke at Jackson Hole on Friday. We've just been straight down. We've been erasing the gains that we had from the June lows, and year to date, we're headed back down to those lows. Nasdaq's down almost 25%, S&P's down 17%, Dow's down a little over 13%. Today we saw Bed Bath & Beyond tank after they said that they were going to lay off a lot of staff. They're closing stores, they're selling stock to raise money, so not good news for them. Snapchat said that they're going to lay off 20% of their workforce. Really just signs around the market that we are still in a recession, that we're headed deeper into a recession. We've been saying on the channel that we've been in a recession ever since we had our second consecutive quarter of real GDP decline, regardless of what the government has been telling us. And we're just seeing a continuation of those indicators. So just kind of validating what we had thought. And if we take a look at the S&P 500, since we've hit this trend line, we've pretty much been headed straight down with a more exaggerated sell-off since that Friday Jackson Hole event. Today, after bouncing off our zone that we had drawn out here yesterday, we kind of just went right into it. Obviously, there could be a little bit of relief anywhere now that we're in this zone, but really the next point would be around 39.15 that we could see some relief. I'm of the opinion that we should be heading back towards these June lows now that this whole idea of a pivot bull rally that we had right here has been wiped out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we broke through here and headed back down, but that's obviously we could still have some buying pressure right here. There'll be buyers here. There's a lot of support here, so that'll be something to look at on the S&P 500. Obviously, the other indices will follow suit with this market. When you're analyzing the indices, the S&P 500, the Dow, the Nasdaq, even the Russell, you really look to this market, the S&P 500, for your indicators, for your levels. And then if you want to get a more exaggerated move, you go to the NASDAQ because that'll move heavier than the S&P 500 usually. If you want a little bit of safety, you go to the Dow. And you can kind of still get a general sense of what's going to happen in the Russell, but that is kind of a different market than this. So, but you can still use it. I just like to look at the S&P 500 to get a sense of where the market's at and where it could be headed. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Finally, Bitcoin today had an uncorrelated day, quote-unquote uncorrelated day from the NASDAQ. It was green while the NASDAQ was red. Obviously, we're still pretty low on Bitcoin. We're in this range. We're coming back up towards the 20,800 to 21,400 level. Again, Bitcoin really just doing everything it can to hold above this zone. Once we break below this zone, all bets are off on Bitcoin. We could definitely be headed back to 11,000 if we break through here. So Bitcoin's still kind of just holding between these two zones. And it's kind of still in no man's land. Obviously, if you zoom out on Bitcoin, we're in a really big downtrend on it. This distribution right here is kind of just reminding me of this, except a little bit more compact. So nothing really pointing bullish on Bitcoin at this moment, but also no reason to panic. We're still above the 17.7. Obviously, the 17.7 is the last man standing. If we break below that, that's when all bets are off. But that's what I'm looking at today. Obviously, the Fed's still really hawkish. The markets are looking bearish. These are the levels I have drawn out for the market, and we'll keep an eye on them. So if you like videos like these short videos come out every single day that the stock market is open. And I also release a video on the weekend. It'll usually be longer, between like 25 and 40 minutes. It'll be more in-depth analysis. If you like these types of videos, be sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. Until then, I'll see you next time, and thank you for listening.